champions here in MPL Champion Invitational. Let's go, Midnight and Nomad.
All right, Nomad, we are already on the action here for both teams as we see a skirmish in the middle lane, and Cigna gets the first blood on the Grok that falls down, and Lusty with another jump. They're gonna get another kill here on Yaku. Season 3 champion starts the game with fire burning on the dance floor for them.
We are now 1 minute into the game, and already the Season 3 champions are showing how aggressive they want to be. Ooh, a different camera angle for the Invitational. Hold up there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I did not expect that level of production value to suddenly jump, but hey, it's the Champions Invitational. We get to see the best production value. But yeah, the Season 3 champion composition here is really leaned towards early team fights and steals on the buffs, and we did see a little bit of that happen thanks to Rio securing good abyssal arrows on to Tets and Yako in the early game during the top side.
I'm getting chills right now, Nomad. This is how they play for Season 3 champion. Overall aggression. And you see all their levels. I always talk about this. Oh, okay, hold that thought. The Selena falls down in the bottom lane. A little bit aggressive there on the Season 3 champions. But the thing about these squad on the red side is that this is how they play. I always talk about on the previous season that this squad really likes playing around the aggressive timing that they have. So with the Selena on their lineup, they have the kill threat on the side of the blue team. So they're not gonna stop unless they get shut down. Which by the way, the Selena was shut down on the bottom lane, but they're not gonna stop whenever they are able to fight.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing the Season 2 champions being able to scale really well going into the late game, as that is the composition that the Season 3 champions have here, especially on to Jeff Cutie Forever, which can just delete anybody. After deleting anybody, he can just start split pushing. And who is going to be the clinch champion here for the clinch hero here? For Season 2 champions, I'm feeling it's just going to be few, but at the same time, Granger, but at the same time, Granger relatively falls off in the late game. And as I say that, there goes the 3-man gank onto Tets. No matter which hero you get, you will get deleted by that much firepower.
Yeah, and remember Lusty being a Grok Lord, he knows that the nerf hurt the Grok so much, and he saw the positioning of Tets. He knew that there was no passive available for Tet at that moment, although down on the bottom lane, but there's a much aggressive play here in the middle lane for the Season 3 champions. They get the Lunox, oh my god, outside of the Orb of Brilliant, and Jeff Cutie Forever gets a kill on the top lane on the Sanya with the X-Borg.
Man, this is just the steamroll from the Season 3 champions here, able to secure the neutral objectives, so to speak. They're leaning towards taking the objective, the bottom lane turret. Tier 1 turret is going to fall down relatively quickly by the hands of Kilowatt, and I don't think there is going to be a rotation there. Meanwhile, on the top side, Jeff Cutie Forever is doing his work as well, just securing the crab and making sure that he's shoving out the lane so that the rest of Season 2 champs would be focusing their attention on them. There goes the last Insanity forced on onto Daisenia, and this is going to be a free turret. This is how they secured the championship. They rotate all across the map and make sure that their aggression leads to objectives.
Yeah, you know what? There are 3 things that you have to consider when you're fighting against Season 3 champions. Number 1 is that they get level 4s all at the same time. Number 2 is that they play heavily aggressive on the earlier stages of the game, so you need to fight. If you're not able to fight, they're gonna scale better in the late game. And number 3 is that they are not gonna stop. Whatever happens in the game, they're not gonna farm. They are gonna play continuous objective, continuous aggression against you. You saw what the Season 3 champions was doing earlier. If Jeff Cutie Forever is not taking any pressure in the top lane, expect a lot of pressure on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, and that is exactly what the Season 2 champions need to do. Especially D can pretty much melt turrets fast on that Popol and Koopa, but they're forced to go on to team fights. And speaking of team fights, a huge team fight is happening here on the bottom lane, and they already caught few. Then they get Tets. It's just gonna be Yako forced to use the ultimate to run away there. It's gonna get taken out by Kilowatt, and Kilowatt still showing that he is a god on that thumbs. Bottom lane turret is going to go down as well. Top lane, Kilowash actually in a bit of a scuffle there against Dysenia. Last insanity being forced out, and he's just going to be backing off.
Yeah, and this is just Season 3 champions telling the previous winners that, hey, welcome to the new season.
Welcome to the new season, indeed. And I mean, let's just take this time and consider what else these guys can pick going into the next stage, into the next match. Because the opportunities of them to select meta champions are getting lower and lower.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's not take away the fact that season 2 champions can still fight their way back. They still have a Granger that, as you mentioned, can be the late game strength of season 2 champion squad. But remember, the Lunox will always be able to dish out some serious damage against the lineup of season 3. Because if you look at their lineup, there are 3 melee heroes on their side, and Lunox is a really good fighter or a mage damage dealer against melee heroes. So season 2 champions, being the combat kings, they still have the condition to take victory away from the season 3 champion.
And it all takes is one good team fight from the season 2 champs, and their composition is very team fight heavy. No good sets, so to speak. They're going to be relying on D to catch either Rio or Jay, and then that's when the rest of the team comes in. Meanwhile, on the side of the season 3 champions, we got Lusty, and as I say that, Lusty dives in, almost takes down few their tanks to the feathered airstrike, but Dysenia dived in way too deep, gets taken out as well, and now Lusty is in a 1v2, making a 1v3 because of Koopa, and Lusty's low on HP. He will manage to survive there.
Oh my god, that was sexy from Lusty. The ultimate into the flicker, getting 2 heroes. Unfortunately, it was a Grok that he caught, but that was very sexy. It was able to stay alive for season 2 champions to actually get away, disengage without any casualty.
That mid lane turret is going to go down. This entire map is now in favor of the season 3 champions here. And season 2 champions, they cannot find an answer. They can't even secure a single turtle for themselves.
Yep, and this is the beauty of having a Hayabusa on your lineup against Kupapo and Koopa. Your main problem for your squad is your reach. But if you have a Farsa and if you have a Hayabusa, suddenly the heroes of the blue team is afraid to fight against you, and it allows Lusty to set up beautiful Tyrant Rages. And look at how season 2 champions are positioned. They're really scared of the Kufra and the Hayabusa.
Very scared. I mean, see, one.
My goodness.
The lead. My goodness. But yeah, one shadow kill from Hayabusa will be more than enough to bring down HPs to half on the side of the season 2 champions. What more if he catches one off guard, right?
If
all the 5 attacks.
Off guard, my goodness. The Lunox is a safe target because of the Order of Brilliance. But if it catches few, right? If it catches few without the Wind of Nature, which is a long stretch away from the item, few might be deleted easily by Jeff Kitty forever.
Quite easily there. This is the season 2 champions just trying to buy time for few to go all night. He only has a Blade of Despair, and that is not enough. And just like what you said, as long as he gets the Windfalker, everything should relatively be good for few going into the later stages of the game.
Yeah, there's an 8,000 gold lead for the season 3 champions, and season 2 champs, they might be the comeback kings, but there are certain times where you can't definitely come back from specific scenarios, and I think this is one of them. Even if you becomes online here, the main problem is that the reach. There's a Farsa and a Hayabusa on the side of the season 3 champs, and take note, there's also Selena on their side. The arrow, it's very scary to play against that. Your positioning should always be perfect, and you have to worry about your combos as well.
Yeah, you gotta try to play it safe. And the reason why the season 2 champions cannot come back here is because, yeah, they're a team fight centric team, but they're always playing so reactive to what the season 3 champions are doing. And as I say that, there goes the rage into a bouncing ball, the revenge into a bouncing ball. Not really amounting to anything there just yet. Dysenia tries to dive into the back lines. No Firago armors available. Not going to be forced to use the last insanity just yet. it's really just space being created for Jeff Cutie Forever to secure this Lord for themselves and apply a lot more pressure in the map.
Yeah, by the way, once again, the camera work. Props to the production crew that went ham and serious on the production of this event. And right now we're gonna see another skirmish on the bottom lane. Look at the damage that comes out from Jay. Mind you, this is a support Farza, and it was able to take half HP away from the Grok.
I think he's way behind the fact that he's a support Farsa. He is now slowly becoming a core Farsa for that.
And he is going straight for, I think this might be a Holy Crystal, if I'm not mistaken, or another item. But the thing is, the damage, it's there. It's there for the Season 3 champs.
Now, how do you think does the Season 2 champion bounce back from this? Because do we have a time limit here before Few goes online? Because I don't think he's still going to be a factor in the late game.
I think the biggest spike that Season 2 champs will ever get is the whiff nature on Few. Other than that, there's also the scaling potential for the Season 3 champs. Mind you, the Hayabusa will be stronger as the game goes later.
Oh man, it's going to be a big team fight. Will we have a later game than usual? I don't think so, because the Lord is knocking in onto the doors here of the Season 2 champions. They're going to try to evade this nice flicker for raid in the backlines. Lusty being a god on that Kufra, finally securing the first kill in a while. That's going to be Tets and D going down. Desaigne is going to be forced to back off here. Kilowatt overstaying is welcome here. That's the Season 2 champions, evening it out, even winning out that fight 3-4, but I don't think it's still going to be a win, because that is going to be the bottom lane turret going down. It's just going to be Day left alive as well.
Yeah. And you know what? Season 3 champions, they said, screw it, we're gonna dive. That was a very beautiful ultimate from Lusty once again with another flicker and ultimate flicker combination. Even though Jeff Kitty misplayed a little, he was positioned not very well. And the Granger was able to take him down with one Rhapsody from the Granger. So the damage output is there for the Season 2 champs, but you have to worry about the next engagements that you take against Season 3 champs. That was a very how do you say this? That was a very uncoordinated team fight from the Season 3 champs, and the next one might be the last bullet that you're gonna take.
Yeah, they need to make sure they play well, and there is a huge rotation here from the Season 2 champions over the top lane, just to try to secure the purple buff for Lunox, for Yako. They're gonna still be pressure here, because the Season 3 champions, the entire map is almost red here. All the lanes are in their favor. They're just waiting for, I think they are just waiting for the Luminous Lord to start spawning in. Arrows are still coming in from Rio left and right.
I think he has missed only, okay, there's another one. I think he's only missed like 4 times total in this game.
At least the 4 times that we saw it miss. But, you know, Rio is still a huge factor here in the game. If he can connect the Abyssal Arrow onto Yako at the very least, forcing the Order of Brilliance, or just catching him entirely, that's a huge sign for the Season 3 champions to dive in and just eliminate the rest of the team, because for now, as it stands, Yako is a primary damage dealer here for them.
Yeah, even just the purifies, if it's exhausted on the side of Season 2 champ, Lusty might have the perfect opportunity to jump in and wreck the base of the Season 2 champion. So again, they're just waiting for the perfect opportunity here on the side of the red team. But Season 2 champs, they are scaling. So it's a problem that Season 3 champs might have to worry about. Oh my god, yeah!
Core 1/8 of his entire HP pool is left after 2 hits from that Feathered Airstrike.
My this Farza, even though he is a support, he will scale way better than the lineup of Season 2 champs, because the problem that you're gonna face is, once again, the reach against the Farza. They have no concrete way of reaching the Farza on the back line, added to the fact that there's a Kufra in the front. Okay, never mind. They catch him off guard, as Season 2 champs was actually taking the Lord, but Kilowatt is taking so much damage from the Granger now. Are they going to be able to take the objectives that they want? No. Season 2 champions punish the positioning of the Season 3 champions. They wanted to take the Lord, but they were split apart. Jeff Kitty Forever was not able to take the objectives as soon as possible, and Season 2 champions, they're looking for more. Losty has been caught off guard here, and the Kufra might fall picker away, and the Tyrant's Revenge is there, but the very beautiful ultimate from Desanya with the Lesson 7 actually wants to fight, but he is not allowed to do so as there is a problem in Koopa that is going to be able to stop him. And Season 2 champions, the Comeback Kings, are able to take the objectives away from Season 3 champions as they take the Lord down.
And that is actually a relatively good trade, all things considered. If Jeff Cutie Forever managed to survive, oh man, the Detonata connected, forced to use a shadow kill, and it won't be enough. I was just about to say that was a good trade, all things considered. Managed to take down the final turret in the top lane for a Lord.
Yeah.
The Season 3 champions can defend the Lord push. No worries. But the clincher there was that Jeff Cutie Forever had to survive, and he did not survive that. Beautiful prediction on the Death Sonata there by Few.
Yeah, and this is the problem that you face against Signal Ultra. You can't put analysis here. They're just comeback kings. They don't care what's the situation in the game, although the Farsa is dealing so much damage. But Season 2 champions, they are pushing the base of the Season 3 champs. Lastly going in, but where's the damage? There's no damage output. The Farsa has the ultimate, and the Selena was not able to get any catch on the arrow. And the Granger is able to freely push the towers. Kilowatt tanking the damage from the Rhapsody, and the catch is there from Popolo Kuba again. Farsa taking the Lunax down, shutting Season 2 champions push, but they're not done yet. Jeff Kitty Forever respawns, the arrow is gonna hit that, but the passive is there, but the Granger is still safe. So there's gonna be a second round for this push of Season 2 champions. They just need to reset.
That's also a minute 30 on the Purify there onto Yako. They managed to force out the Purify, and he died as well.
Yeah.
I think that's worth, but they need to, Season 3 champions, they need to start pushing up the lanes here in order for them to at least get a good grasp of the late game.
Yeah, this is the window that they're looking for. There's a Purify burn on the Lunox, so they can focus down the Granger, and you have to worry about the item progression of the Granger. The damage output, it's getting higher and higher by the minute. Although Jay is dealing a huge chunk of magic damage, they will have problems once the immortalities are out for the Season 2 champs. Remember, the second round of team fight, it's gonna favor Season 2 champions because they have the natural ability to fight team fights on a longer scale.
Oh, forced to use the arrival onto the mid lane too. Yeah, that's Lusty in a 1v2 with D, and Daysanian doesn't want to go for that. Top lane though, there is going to be a chase there by Jeff Cutie Forever onto Tets. And he is just shoving his lane. He's doing his job. Doing the hard work happened there.
Oh, what's the ultimate? Oh my god. Okay, he burned the ultimate on the Xbox before. So the opportunity was there to take down the Granger. Unfortunately, he didn't have the ultimate. Surprisingly, you went with a Malefic Roar rather than the Wind of Nature. So that is gonna be a problem if the opportunity once arises for Jeff Kitty Forever. I mean, there's no Wind of Nature in Few. So Few does have a problem facing the Hayabusa 1v1.
But will the Season 2 champions let that happen though? That's the question. Maybe. As I'm seeing here, the Season 2 champions are creating space for Few to start farming up. And every time that somebody attempts to go towards Few, the rotation from Tats comes in as well as Daysanian to try to protect him.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that if they group up around the Granger, they're gonna feel the wrath of the Farsa.
That's true. Then the Farsa is no joke here.
Yeah.
And can easily be a catch here by D if he gets his positioning right. And that Lusty going in for the revenge relatively early. I think that was a check onto the brush on its own.
You know, the funny thing about the lineup of Season 3 champs is that they're really good at sniping heroes from far away. But Season 2 champions, they have been playing on their faces, alright? They've been playing on their faces. There was one time that Yahoo tried to go away from the Farsa, and that was a perfect opportunity for Jay to say, hey, this is my range, okay? And I will be able to snipe you with 3 hits from the Feathered Airstrike. Remember, the amount needed to take down the Lunox was 3 hits from the Feathered Airstrike.
Yep. Abyssal Arrow's gonna try to catch anybody there. Good call. I'm actually seeing a good rotation here from the Season 2 champions. They're staying in the bottom lane jungle. The bottom jungle, I mean. And they're making sure that they get their resources and try to eliminate the minion waves that are pushing in on the mid and the bottom lane. And that's where Cigna would start to slowly push up the top lane, which is where Xborg inherently shines, can actually just clear the waves easily on his own. That's not what the rest of the composition has, and as I said, at the bottom lane.
Oh my god, Lusty with the jump! And Few has been forced to burn out the Purify, and Lusty, the question is, will he survive? I think he will. Killwash being the frontline tank here for the Season 3 champions. The Lord is not yet finished, so they might need to rush this one out or reset. That is the question. Lost Insanity from the X-Boy, but the Lord has been slain by the Farsa. Lunox has taken down the Selena, but the Guardian's Barrier neglects the opportunity to disengage away from Season 3 champions. That is actually chasing away the Farsa and the Kufra, but the Farsa was able to take down View on the Granger. Lunox, though, is the primary damage dealer here for the side of Season 2 champions, able to take another hero down. It's actually the Tams going down for the side of Season 3 champs, and the team fight is equalized.
And man, a little bit of banter here from these teams. Jeff Cutie Forever is just waiting for an opportunity to go for the split push here, and I think that's slowly becoming the only win condition that the Season 3 champion has in this fight.
Yeah. And that was a very beautiful engage for Season 3 champions. And oh my god, Jay!
Oh, 1 HP and a Dream on the D as well!
Lusty falling down the last insanity damage from that came out from the X-Borg, and they are not gonna be able to take any heroes down to the side of Season 2 champions. That was a valid effort from the Season 3 champion squad. They tried to take down one hero in trade of the Kufra, but the problem was the damage output from the Lost Insanity was insane as well.
And the Season 3 champions, they need to start pressuring this mid lane turret, because the Lord is taking a long time to fall down, and they are doing just that, but they are forced back as well. The thing is just doing his job. They're trying to prevent the Lord from pushing in, almost low on HP, almost gonna get taken out. Not a good look here for the Season 3 champions, not able to secure that mid lane turret. That could have changed everything for the Season 2 champions.
You know, Jay is playing out of his mind. The amount of pressure that he brings to the table against Season 2 champions, and add to the fact that he was able to steal the Lord away from Season 2 champions. I think the Feathered Airstrike was not even used for that steal. It was just either a first skill or a second skill.
Man, it's Jay slowly gonna be shut down here. I can already see Cigna diving into the back lines in order for him to just eliminate Jay, which is really where the bulk of the damage is coming from here from the Season 3 champs. Rio, yeah, a good duelist, but not a good team fighter, and he's on the Cigna, I mean, is going to have to look for an opportunity where he catches Few, he catches D or Yako, but that will not arise at all, because they're just grouped up together, relatively together, so that if ever somebody gets caught, the rest of the Season 2 champion will just collapse into the position of whoever gets caught by the Abyssal Arrow. And really, I've been saying this earlier on, Jeff Cutie Forever is slowly going to be the win condition here for the Season 3 champions. He needs to start the Season 3 champions need to start pressuring the other lanes for him to start pushing in and potentially go for a base trade.
Yeah. From a game where we expected it felt like the game was done 10 minutes in, but now the mark of the Season 2 champions is coming out. 24 minutes right now, and the game is still even. One team could win against the other, and you know, this is the battle of these two teams. It's the mark of Comeback Kings and a mark of a team that is very aggressive earlier on, but having a hard time closing out the game. Now, I'm weirded out by the item selection of Few. He went with the breastplate armor on the Granger. I was actually expecting an immortality that can come out just to make sure that he survives the initial engage of Season 3 champions. but it does help in sustaining the damage output of the Forza and the Hayabusa, but he is gonna have problems once the control comes out from the Selena and the Kufra. Lusty once again jumping in front of the Cigna, and this might be a very bad engagement for Season 3 champions, as the other teammates are actually on the opposite side of the map.
The Season 3 champions here are really, whatever they did during the earlier game, it's not showing. The same amount of aggression is not showing on the Season 3 champions. And that's partly because of the fact that Season 2 champions are doing a good job defending. The Feathered Airstrike missing its mark initially. Daisenia manages to survive that with a slither of health.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt for Jay, who has been having a fantastic time playing the Forza. Not able to, dash the fingers onto the bush. So it's gonna miss the first hit, and it's gonna allow Desanya to live to tell a tale.
Yeah, he's just gonna be regenerating himself, and even then, he's also has a Faraga armor stacks that can really add that little bit of extra oomph in prolonged team fights.
And for the first time of this game, Season 2 Champions has actually held the gold lead now. 1,000 gold lead compared to Season 3 Champs, but throw that away of this game, it's not gonna matter anymore. This game goes down to whoever makes the first mistake.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. As soon as the gold of these teams reaches 55,000, that's already almost all of them item locked in, and now it's a micro and a macro game.
Yeah, it's pop around again. Lusty with another jump. It's not gonna catch anyone on the side of Season 2 Champs. They're gonna see D, but Tet is already on the move, protecting the core here. I mean, protecting the front line here for the Season 2 Champions. They both charge. They both charge their skills. So it's just a battle of controlling information for both teams.
Controlling rotations as well. The Season 3 champs doing a good job there. Tet's trying to go for Jay. He's gonna be forced back because he already lost a quarter of his HP.
Rio on the bottom lane, he's trying to snipe the Granger. He knows that he might go for the red buff there, but there's another skirmish on the top lane. Jeff Kid forever. Well, is he gonna be able to take down the Grok? If their strike prediction is there, but the HP is enough for Tess to survive. Lusty in the middle of the fray here for Season 3 champions, but the main objective was the Lord, and Kilowatt is gonna be able to take it down. And Season 2 champions, they might need to disengage. The arrow is there, and Desanya is a little bit of a scuffle here, but the Kufra is the first to fall. Feathered Airstrike once again comes out from Jay. Oh my god, the damage output is there to take down Pop and Koopa. Yaku is trying to stay away from the main fight, but Lusty, again, another ultimate into flicker combination catching off guard the Pop and Koopa. Kilowatt bringing another form of pressure here on the bottom lane, but they have secured 2 lanes here for Season 3 champions. They might see the perfect opportunity as the Lord is arriving on the top lane. Feathered Airstrike once again comes out from Jay to make sure that Season 2 champion stays away from the firing range of the Season 3 champ.
Man, I didn't see what happened there. Jay was now down to just a slither of health.
Oh, the Lord!
There goes the Feathered Airstrike in the back line. So building a lot of HP low, but that's going to be the Season 3 champions coming out on top in game number 1. Telling us that, hey,